Alrighty guys, welcome back to another episode here from the Back to Beta server, where we're at our base right now. We've made a lot of progress on this thing, and we're not going to make any progress on the interior of the base today, but we're actually going to turn, here we go, turn to the exterior of the base, so this part out here. Now, you might be able to see, currently see there's a sign there, a sign there, a sign there. I've kind of gone through this sort of general area here and placed some signs of sort of ideas of things I want in this space. And I'm thinking today we may get a build done, but I think the most important thing maybe is to get some pathways going through here so I can get an idea of the, I guess the space that we have to work with here. So that's kind of what I want to get working on in this episode. So if we come down here and we have a look, firstly you can kind of see what this the scale of this thing looks like. It's kind of crazy. But unlike this build here with the giant stadium, I want to kind of build with the terrain a little bit. I don't want to just flatten everything and make it a bit bland and boring. So I'm kind of using the terrain as sort of a guide to, I guess, decide where things are going to go. So I don't know, I was thinking some kind of an entrance way over here. Not entirely sure what that'll look like, but I do know for a fact that this right here, along this part here, is going to be a pathway. So that's going to be a pathway. I've already left a sign here. And this is like a natural divot in the land here, so I thought the pathway would, you know, come across this way and then go straight that way. And then also, as you climb up this sort of hill here, there was sort of two sand, I don't know, blips. I don't know how to describe it. And it just sort of, to me, this looks like, you know, there needs to be a building here, a building here, a building here, with a pathway going through, you know? So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. You know, for example, I want, you know, there's going to be the pathway through there. Maybe this can be sort of a military outlook of some kind, overlooking this here, which is going to be a port with all the boats and docks and trade and stuff involved. I'm kind of using the land as a guide as to where I want buildings to be, especially where I want the paths to be, because I think once I've got the paths kind of generally mapped out, it'll be a lot easier to map buildings. So I want this path to kind of come down here, have sort of houses coming down, but then have the path carry around that way. So yeah, I've got a lot of ideas, I guess. But yeah, like I said, pathways kind of need to go in before I can actually make any buildings and kind of fill the space, I think. So I'm going to start with the pathway. I think it's going to be sandstone and dirt pathways, maybe gravel. I don't know. Because I want it to be, you know, I want it to be the desert still, but I also want it to, you know, look like a pathway that's, you know, treaded on a lot. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that, and I'll show you what that kind of looks like. We'll get an idea of the, I guess, the way the pathway might look. Let's use this as like a bit of a block, I guess, like a test block. So I want the middle of the path to be a lot more dirt, I guess, because it's, I don't know, more treaded on, so it would be more more likely to be dirty. And then I sort of had a thought to use wood as well. Oh my god. I think wood might look good, although I do plan on having wood in the builds as well, so that might end up looking bad, but we'll see. And I've also got, like, for example, I've got like stairs as well, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Adds a bit of extra depth, I guess. I don't know. And then I've also got sandstone, which I'll pluck in there as well. And I just don't, yeah, I think for me, I just don't know exactly how frequently you should do certain things. And I guess that's just kind of the fun of it. You kind of make it up as you go. I feel like I should probably put the dirt in first, and then from there mess it up, I guess, with other materials. Okay, maybe something like that. I want it to be like kind of sort of a circular-ish shape, I guess. So maybe we can get into the path a bit more. Like that, maybe? Maybe something like that? Okay, that looks alright. Okay, I don't mind that. That's a bit of something. This is a bit weird at this end part here, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. Let's go like dirt, sandstone. I did also bring some slabs, which I think I will use as sort of ways down, I guess. Oh, and I guess we can also use stairs as well, something like that, which would then sort of go into a dirt block here, you know, so that it's not so uniform. And I think it is also important, I guess, to keep some of that sand intact as well, because obviously, you know, again, it is a desert, so it's probably going to be sandy. So yeah, I guess something like this. Can have one of those and one of those. Now we gotta find a way to, I guess, incorporate some of this wood as well into this original kind of broken part. Now I want the wood to be... I don't know if I want the wood to be... I guess it's a little bit on the outer layers, but I also want it to be more on the inside as well. I want it to break up the dirt a little bit. But I don't really want it to be so uniform as well. I guess it's kind of like the bridging block between the dirt and the sandstone, maybe? Okay, so this is what we're kind of working with here. I don't mind this. This is kind of what I had in mind. This kind of pathway. Now, I think it probably needs some perfecting, and yeah, like I said, you know, in places like this, we can add a bit of depth by having like a slab or like a stair like that. You know, that adds a bit of depth. Maybe the slab is a bit much. But the stair's definitely a good thing. I think that's kind of what I want to go with. Something like this, and I think obviously this is going to take a lot of time and effort, but in the end it's going to look worth it, I think. And I think as I build more of it, I'll get better at it. But I think even after just doing this little bit here, I think it's obvious to me that putting in the dirt, I guess the general size and shaping of where the dirt's going to be, and then breaking that up, like going back and breaking it up with sandstone and wood, I think that's the easiest way to kind of go about it, I think. And yeah, the cool thing about these kind of paths is that it's like it doesn't have to be uniform everywhere. Hang on, let me just murder this man. Oh my god, there's another man. What? I was so far away from you though. Well, that's bullying. Let me just collect this. Oh, what did this sign say? Anyway, what I was saying was these pathways don't have to be so uniform, in that, I guess, like, this is, you know, X amount of blocks wide. Over there it can be even thicker or thinner, and in certain areas it can be thicker and thinner. It's, I don't know, I guess, like, it's a bit of a makeshift town, you know, it's not so rigid and perfect, how it's been built. So yeah, I think it's a really flexible pathway to work with. So I think I'm gonna kind of generally plot out where I want the dirt roads to be, and I think that'll be a good starting point. Okay, so we're back on top of the stadium, having a bit of an overlook of where I've kind of placed these paths, and I don't know if this gives you a good idea of where I want the paths. I don't know, because I've kind of gone through and, I don't know, I guess looked at the terrain a lot and sort of generally decided where I want them. But yeah, this is kind of the overview, I guess, of where I want them. There's obviously that main path we built just before, and that kind of comes down and splits off into sort of these two lines here, and it kind of goes all the way out that way, and maybe eventually we'll go all the way out there. We'll see how much time we have. This path kind of goes around this mountain a little bit here. You can kind of see the dirt on the ground there. Yeah, let me show you what it looks like to sort of be down there. This reminded me, I've also made a bit of a border outline of this sort of thing here, because I've got kind of an idea of what I want to do with, I guess, this gap here, because obviously I can't just leave it as a big gap. I also extended it that way, so now it's going to be a square. I'll show you guys what that'll look like eventually, I guess, but for now, let's not worry about it. But yeah, you can kind of see these pathways. So say we're like kind of walking along this guy. Imagine all the single dirt pathways or pathways like this. Sort of comes down here. You'll be able to walk around here. This is kind of a bit of an overlook of the markets, I guess, and maybe a bit of the, I don't know, shipments that's going on. This is sort of Main Street, so I think this will look pretty good, because this is going to come across here. There'll be buildings either side of this, and then maybe a building here, and then this looks down, I guess, Main Street, which would be, I don't know, interesting, I think, with kind of buildings on the side here obscuring a bit of the view, but you also get a good view of, like, I don't know, the hustle and bustle happening in the middle here. Now this is going to come around here, and this is what I think of as the, I guess, rich section. So there'd be like a rich kind of person's house along here, and it's kind of that divide. So there's like a rich person's house here. This is continuing Main Street along this way, because this is, again, quite open. So you'd see, you know, a building here, but then you'd get like a good view down this line, where there's a pathway connecting to the, I don't know, to the bottom ones down there. So yeah, and then like another rich person's house up here, and then I'm not entirely sure what's coming out that way, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's kind of the general idea of the pathways. Now, the tedious part, I guess, is to kind of fill them in a bit. Now, if we come over here, I wanted to simplify the shape of the structure here. So obviously it's quite rigid there. There's a bit of a pillar. I'm thinking of having pillars kind of coming through with glass, and then having some kind of murals behind them. But yeah, making this kind of like a square shape, because one, it'll make it easier to do, but two, I think it'll look much more imposing and cool. And we could also add some kind of interesting feature at the top of the stand, up in that corner. So yeah, that's kind of the progress that's been made here. Okay, so many hours have passed since that last clip, and as you can see from our vantage point on top of the stadium, I have made quite a decent amount of progress, and I think it looks pretty cool from up here, actually. Obviously, all of the pathways being like kind of messy. Now, this has taken me a long time. I haven't gotten all of the pathways done. Obviously, there hasn't been done, and I haven't really extended it out this way too much, but I've got the bulk of kind of what I wanted to get done, because now I can kind of get started on any buildings that kind of need to go here and here, maybe even here, and even over here, because, like, I think once I've got some buildings in as well, the whole area will start to kind of take a lot better shape. So, yeah, this is what it's looking like from up here. Let me come down here. So, coming down here, this is what the paths look like up close. They're pretty similar to what I did over there. They're a little bit thicker than the one over there, I think, obviously, because this one's a bit of a main road. I feel like it would be used a lot. There's going to be some major structures probably either side of it. And then this one's a little bit contradicting. I feel like this is a main road as well, but I almost feel like this is kind of the original main road. So, like, they built buildings way too close, so it's, you know, it's a bit thinner, but that'll all come a bit obvious as we start adding buildings to this place. But for now, you can appreciate the, I guess, the pathways that have been added here. This is taking me a long time. This doesn't really come naturally to me, I think. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time just kind of randomly, well, not randomly, but, I don't know, placing blocks and trying things out. Now, also, let me just sleep real quick. Burp. Now, also, something that has taken me a long as time are these pillars here. As you can see, I've added a ton of pillars in progress to this exterior place here. This has taken forever, especially placing these blocks up here, because I had to scaffold all the way up and all the way around. This goes all the way around, by the way, these pillars. They're all the way around the base. I might go over and show them. But yeah, it's 3 blocks wide. Now, with these, with this, I want to obviously cover this underneath part, and I want to get your opinions on something. I want to put glass, basically, glass on this level here, so it's kind of in line with the glowstone. Put that as like a kind of in the frame, and then behind that have pixel art in each kind of block here. So yeah, let me know what you think of that idea. I don't know if I've never really made many pixel arts in my time in Minecraft. But if you guys have ideas of pixel arts, or if you guys have, some kind of art you think would be cool to feature in here, let me know, because I think that would be dope. Alrighty, but I think that's all the progress we're going to make in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bit of an interesting one with, I don't know, I guess figuring out kind of what the pathways are going to look like. Bit of an experimental video a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you think about this as well, this pixel art kind of idea. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters! Also, just quickly, I was on my way to the spider farm, and I noticed that I think Jaren must have put these ducks here, which is kind of cool. And it reminds me of... Wait, there's actually stuff in the water as well. What the heck? It's like green. Is it pollution? I don't know. Wait, is that soul sand? No. Anyways, these ducks remind me of Gengar Juice. If you don't know who Gengar Juice is, check his channel out. It's pretty cool. And he put my name on a duck in his video, so I'm gonna put a name on one of these ducks, and as a thank you as well. So there you go, sir. Gengar Juice 69 is immortalized on one of these ducks, unless Jaren removes it, but I doubt he'd do that. Anyways, just wanted to mention that.